So, as you may recall, we signed a lease last night. We agreed to a lease last night with Manor Development Community Company, or Manor Community Development Company. I'll get that right someday. And that will be pretty significant for the airport department in that it's going to increase our workload a little bit for the management of all the new moving parts. There's going to be a lot of regulatory interfacing, and I'll be doing a lot more work with WH Pacific just to make sure that the engineering is happening just as it would be if we were doing this under an AIP grant. So what I'm asking for is an additional 60, but 30 of that is I'm already receiving 30 of that. Okay. So what I'm saying is, the impact of the budget as far as Schedule D, is about a $60K hit, and I'm willing to take the $30K that I already get for Illinois Valley and use it there for that staffing, and requesting the additional $30K for the staffing increase at Grants Pass Airport. So it's a net increase to the Economic Development Fund of $30K.
30.
Not.
The 30 is already designated.
I think we should have you on the same thing with this 40. So really what I am trying to grapple with, if that's okay with everybody, is just that additional 20. And I don't know if you need that just to get through this next fiscal year. You probably don't.
I don't need that for this next 6 months, but I'm trying to look at this as a more than 1 year or more than 6 month stopgap, and because I'd like to see how the lessee performs in the next year before I am comfortable committing all of my budget to that revenue.
Okay, so let's give this a year, in my opinion, and I think that's a long enough. There's going to be shovels on the ground and concrete pours and buildings going up. If there aren't those things, then we're going to need to address a different funding.
Sure, that's a very fair position to take. Yep, I agree.
Okay. So the ask is really for 30, not 40.
Right, and 15 really to get us through the next 6 months. I mean. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And on an annual basis, the ask is for 30. Yeah.
I'd like a 12 month. Yeah. We need to give these people an opportunity.
Well, me too.
Who knows what's going to happen with other things that are out of our control.
So what change do we need to make on here?
The request says 30, so 40. Let's just make it 30, because your total need was 60 for a year.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
So we're talking the same figures.
No, we're talking about reducing.
Because we have the request.
What we're talking about right now, the same figures, the 30.
I want to.
So we're looking at two different.
On his cover sheet, you've got a request
40
for 40.
Okay. That was my preliminary. Throw it out there, and in thinking about the remainder of this year's budget, because I would like this to take effect immediately, January 1st. So that was an aggregate figure. So.
Okay, so the amount is
30.
Okay. All right. So if you will.
That's additional over and above current. Yeah.
Okay. So we need to have the change document, and you can work with HR to get that taken care of after we take it to our meeting over here. Okay.
So maybe for next year's budget, we can already work in that they're going to be on the same level as everybody else at 40. That makes sense to me.
Okay.
Never understood what you were last.
That work?
Excellent. That'll work.
Okay. All right.
Good.
Okay. Did you get all that? Okay. All right. And we will put this on the agenda next Wednesday. And that's.
And though I would not be here, be it noted that I'm completely in support of this, if for no other reason than you're talking about people and trying to make plans with people, and there has to be some sort of dependable reason that they come to work every day, and what they've been doing is more than commendable. And there ought not to be seen as some sort of a temporary stopgap, but this is a bridge to what is to be producing. Right. That should be developed.
Yeah, clearly, once the development at Illinois Valley is running on all cylinders, there will not be this need.
Yeah.